We're live, pal.
We got to do it off time, Steve, because it never lines up.
It's called editing.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not that good of an editor. It just gets you in the mood to talk releases. There's all kinds of...
And peaches.
Yeah, well, that picture just makes me happy. I'm a happy man.
You must love peach flavors.
Peach flavored drink. I found 4 cases today at Walmart's. Actually, I got up early this morning. I checked the Walmart's app. And here's a can. I'm going to enjoy it.
That's pretty sad that you have an addiction to the peach flavored water. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Keep this in because I'm sure everybody wants to AMR.
I might do it, Steve. I don't know.
Do you an AMR if you just drinking a whole thing of that over like 30 minutes?
What the hell's an AMR?
Howdy folks, welcome to the #1 rated midweek podcast on Patreon. It's the MWO podcast hosted by the Creepy Kentuckian and Captain B Plan. So sit back, relax, and sip some champagne from my dick hole. Take it away, Bowles.
Howdy, folks, and welcome. It's the March 2nd edition of the MWO podcast here on Patreon. I am the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm the captain.
Scream Factory / Shout Factory made all kinds of announcements over the last couple of days. Now, ultimately what this means, what it looks like, and I think these are May releases as well, is they're going on a straight formula with these 4Ks. It's pretty much nothing new aside from the 4K transfer on these. They're using the original poster art. Some of these are questionable if you ask me. I mean, one in particular, I'm like, what the hell? Like, really? Like, who the fuck? And I love Tobe Hooper to death as a filmmaker. I mean, I honestly think he's underrated as a filmmaker. Life Force in 4K. Why? Why, Steve?
Why not?
You just want to see them titties in 4K is what it is.
Ain't nothing like 4K titties. That movie is such an odd film because it's a canon film, but it was made in England, and you got like Patrick Stewart's in it, and Tobe Hooper directing it. I mean, it's just a very odd movie, and it looks rather large budget for a canon film. So definitely the Blu-ray of that looks really good. So. But I'm not a big enough fan to get it in 4K. So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that like you've got pretty much reference quality. I don't know if a movie like Life Force, like, I mean, it's well shot and everything, but like, it's fucking Life Force. Most people don't even know what the hell it is. That's just a very odd choice. To be around the first round of. You know, and they're still kind of considered first round releases.
I don't know.
Scream Factory stuff.
It's just probably something that where they got a 4K restoration of it, and then they already had it on hand, so bam, and they got the rights, so it's kind of like this easy process for them to release it, and then they get the monies.
Not if anybody doesn't purchase it.
No. They can write it off as a tax write-off if nobody buys it.
Of all the ones they announced, like as far as the newer titles, that one makes no sense. I mean, in my opinion. Because the other 4Ks, I mean, they're all kind of, like, people really champion all the rest of these movies. Candyman, which we mentioned earlier, that was in the Craft, right? So that's considered kind of a classic. The only one that I think I'm going to purchase is Escape from New York. I want to see that. That's like one of my favorite Carpenter movies that, nobody really talks about it a whole lot. And I love the vibe throughout that entire movie, the soundtrack. It's one of my favorite scores. I think I have the standard MGM Blu-ray of Escape from New York, so it would be a huge upgrade. I didn't get the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I think certain aspects of that movie, though, I mean, you can kind of tell even on the Blu-ray, like it's going to really, really date the movie. They did a lot of like scaled models and stuff like that. I mean, it was very noticeable from the DVD to the Blu-ray. So I can only imagine from the Blu-ray to the 4K. But that's a great movie. That's one of those movies too that I'm shocked that they haven't tried to do a remake of it.
Well, they were in talks of it, but thankfully it never came to pass.
Did you ever hear the story that Ghosts of Mars was the third Escape from movie? Originally?
No, I didn't hear that.
It was originally Escape from Mars. I'm not joking. It really originally was, and they rewrote it because the studio didn't want to do. I guess Escape from LA didn't do that well, so. Yeah, that would have been killer, though, man. Like, had they just changed a few things around, it was Escape from Mars, boys.
Yeah.
Well, Snake Plissken, baby. Can he escape Mars, if you will?
Instead, we got Ice Cube.
Who, look it up, is dressed like Snake Plissken in part of that movie. I'm surprised, and Sleepy tries to do the poker face from time to time. But this year is the 40th anniversary of Creepshow. So why would they not try to do Creepshow in 4K? That would be a huge one. I would love to see that. Return of the Living Dead would be big. I don't know if they still own the rights to that, but Scream Factory stuff. I think all these are coming out in May at some point. Let us know in the comments and everything if you guys are, what all you're going to be purchasing there. Anything from those, Steve, that you're excited about?
No. I have to say not. I mean, I've got a good 4K of it, of Escape from New York, so I'm good with that.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to touch nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.